Going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today, hey, we are back with another little quick review here. Look, to be honest, I know there's not a lot of interest in this sort of test series, but it's still Australia versus the West Indies in Australian home soil in the best cricket format there possibly ever was created, test cricket. So, I watched all 5 days of this. I just love having test cricket back, seeing cricket every day, started at a certain time, ends at a certain time in the day. This is what we all grew up on. Test cricket, 5 days of intense fucking cricket. And that's what this was, You look at the scorecard, Australia win by 164 for the first test match, and you think, if you're someone who didn't watch it, you're probably thinking, all right, so it was an absolute cakewalk. This was the easiest test match win of all time, but the West Indies only falling 100 or so short for the team that they have is actually quite solid. On a pitch that a lot of runs were scored, I actually thought the Windies did quite well. Missed a few tricks, a few dropped catches here and there, which could have ended up costing them a win. I mean, they dropped Labuschagne twice in the teens in both innings. So, if they got Labuschagne out early in both innings, they probably would have won. So you have to think about it that way. If you are the West Indies, they got mighty close to a victory here. And if you're Team Australia, we've got a few things to think about for sure. Not everything from this game was just perfect, and we're going to get straight into that now. If you guys are new, subscribe, hit that like button, and comment down below. Give me your thoughts on the game. Let's get into it. Let's go. We're just going to go through it here. Player of the match, it was a pretty obvious one. Marnus 204 and 104 not out. I mean, he combines for how much is that? 308 runs. It's not bad. I mean, he's what? I think they said he was the 8th Australian to ever back up. Well, I believe he was the 8th player ever to back up their innings, with another ton. So he went double ton and then a ton. I think that was like the 8th person to ever do it. So, I mean, just a big congratulations to the man, Labuschagne. He bowls a few little tweakers here and there. He's a great fielder. He brings the energy to the boys. He's just the man. He is the man, Marnus Labuschagne. And you love to see it. But hey, let's get into the scorecard, everyone. We're just going to kind of run through it here. I won't make it a long video. But David Warner, not the series he would have wanted to start with, 5 for 16, had a shit T20 World Cup. He knows that. He's getting back to his best format. It might take a little bit of time. He is about pushing 50 now, so fair enough. Usman Khawaja, he batted extremely well. 65 off 149, unfortunately dismissed. And then we just got into this absolute carnage of runs. This is the most fun that I had watching an Australian cricket team since we won the World Cup in the UAE last year. I mean, this just brought me the most joy in cricket for a while. And Labuschagne, we just spoke about him. 350 deliveries it took, 24s and a 6, whatever. But Steve Smith, Smudgy Boy, Smitty. I was trying to think of some more nicknames. Smudge, Steven, Stevie Boy, Smitty, Smudge. Well done. well bloody batted. 200 not out of 311 deliveries. Just the 16 4s and 0 6s. I mean, just phenomenal Steve Smith. And, being left out of the T20 World Cup would have fucking killed this man. It would have hurt him internally. He would have felt that shit. This is someone who lives, breathes, thinks cricket 24/7. And I don't even have to know him personally to know that's how he is wired. Being out of that T20 World Cup would have pissed him off, but rightfully so. He wasn't the man that was really in form for that role, but came back with some ODIs against England, looked in touch again, and now he's just proving that again here with a 200 not out. He equaled Big Donny B. Bradman's record of 29 Test centuries too. So, he is flying at the moment, and he is back. Was he ever gone? Not really. Not really. Was he ever gone? I mean, maybe in white ball cricket over the last couple of years, it's been a struggle, but, his red ball cricket has never changed. He's always been the man in red ball cricket for the last decade out of anyone. So, Pretty happy with that, Stevie. Pretty happy with that. And you want to talk about mixed emotions here, lads, toward Travis Head. Fuck. You just, unlucky. Pretty stiff right here. 99 off 95. He came in towards the back end and was just told to kind of just play his game and, just go out there, score some runs and assist Smudgy Boy in getting some more runs, and got his way to 99 and chopped on. Unfortunately, just got under it. It took that bottom edge, I think it was, of the bat, and it just went straight into it, into the stumps. He went for 99, and then we declared. So, it was a little bit flattening to see the man Heady, get so far, but the amount of times that cricketers go out on 99 and in the 90s, you only got to think that Sachin Tendulkar went out in the 90s about 67 times. So, I think Travis Head can have one or two in his career if be. So, hey, that is how our batting lineup went. We declared for 598. You then had the Windies bowlers. Craig Braithwaite, 2 for 65 off 12. The skipper, he was actually underutilised too, I thought, with the ball. And that was really about it. There wasn't too much else impressive going on there. The Windies, well, into their opening innings, Craig Braithwaite, the skipper again. He performed with the bat. 64 off 166. Looked awesome. Looked really, really good. And then got bowled with an absolute beauty from the Camo. Taj Narayan Shandapal, we all know the story with this man. We all know his dad was a legend, Shiv Narayan, one of the most underrated bats ever. And his son is special. There's no other ways to put it. I did watch a little bit of him in the Australia A series against the West Indies a few weeks ago, where he scored a century and he looked really fucking good there. But, you never know how that goes because different conditions, different bowlers. But then he just did that and proved why he will be in this West Indies side opening the batting for the next 15 years. He should not move. Even if he gets into the worst form slump ever, you just keep him there because he is talented. He bats so similar to his father too. Just these little back cuts that he kept doing as well. With all the bounce at Optus Oval, he was just really leaning back with the ball and using the pace and just doing these little these whips over backward cover, or whatever you call that down there. I forgot. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you watched, he was just whipping shots like it was MS Dhoni helicopter season. It was pretty impressive, I'm not going to lie. Went for 51 on the start of day 3, I think it was, but looked awesome. Looked really, really good. Bonner, retired. Jermaine Blackwood, 36. Mayers, 1. Holder, 27. Sham Brooks, 33. And that was pretty much about it. So, look, they get trundled out for 283. The work was done here. Mitchell Starc, 3 for 51 off 7. Big Hoffy, 1 for 53 off 21. Big Cummins, the big skipper, 3 for 34 off 20. He was exceptional. Gaz, 2 for 61 off 3. Cam Green, 1 for 35 off 4. So they also had Travis Head and the man Scubby, had the bowl over, roll the arm over. It is what it is. You move on from them pretty quickly in the bowling rank. So, look, we had a little lead, but, if we still go out there and get bowled out for 100, we look fucked. So, we had to go out there, just put a few extra runs on just to make sure we get this win. Khawaja, he was the first to go for 6. Warner then went for 48. Looked a lot better, but just was chasing a few runs and found himself out. Labuschagne and Steve Smith then got the job done again. Labuschagne, 104 not out of 110, 13 4s, 2 6s. I love you, Marnus. Steve Smith, I love you just as much. 20 off 29 not out. Yeah, Steve Smith and Marnus Labuschagne, okay, I understand Labuschagne maybe hasn't had, the domination outside of Australia yet, but the fact he's doing this in some of the trickiest pitches in the world and doing it against pretty quality bowling attacks each time, he's number 1 ranked for a reason, isn't he? So, yeah, we love to see that for the old man Marnie. And hey, that was pretty much it right there. The Windies, they had a big 500 runs to chase down. So, look, they had about 2 days to get it. Possible, but early wickets really stopped any sort of momentum they were ever going to have. Look, their opening bats actually started really well. Craig Braithwaite, 110. He gets himself just a incredibly needed century for the Windies, but also for this team. This would have instilled a lot of confidence into the team and into the man Craig Braithwaite. So that was his best innings, probably of his career, the man Craig. So yeah, really, really happy for him, and he batted superbly, deserved every single run he got. Again, Tajnarine Chanderpaul looked awesome. Just got bowled. It was just a beauty of a delivery there. Sean Brooks, nothing. Blackwood, nothing. Mayers, nothing. Holder, yeah, there was nothing. Roston Chase, 55. Alzari Joseph, 43. So they did get a lot of runs from the tail end, but it was too late. The game was gone. And we bowled them out for 333. So the pitch did start to get a bit slower, and there was a lot of spin that started to come into it at the end. But I still thought a pretty solid effort there from the Windies to stay in this game and, not get trundled out for 110 in the first innings or 150, because then the test match would have been over from day one. But they fought and fought and fought, and it went to 5 days. And that's what test cricket's all about, is the fight, and it can change so quickly. So I did love the West Indies effort and their care for wanting to actually win and do really well, because we've seen the Windies at the World Cup. They didn't even make it through the qualifiers because they had no effort, they had no care, and it was just embarrassing. So they do back themselves up a bit here. Into the bowlers, Travis Head. I mean, I do mention that he is underutilised with his spin a little bit, but when I say he's underutilised, I mean more in like overseas conditions, not really Australia. But he took 2 for 25, which is, pretty solid there. Labuschagne, Green, Nathan Lyon, though, took a 6 for 128, 10 maidens and 42 overs. Josh Hazlewood 1 for, and Mitchell Starc takes the 1 as well. So, hey, that is how the first test match between the Aussies and the Windies will finish. We're just going to jump quickly over to here to show our upcoming schedule in case you guys aren't across it. So we play one more test match in about 3 days against the West Indies at Adelaide Oval, I think it is. And then we will then play South Africa in a 3-series test matches. And then after that, it'll be a 5-month break for Australia until the Ashes. So, I mean, obviously, we might add some extra tours around here somewhere, but it's going to be this, and then we're going to end off our year, play a bit of Big Bash, and that's it till the Ashes next year. So, 2023 is going to be the biggest year for cricket ever. I mean that. ODI World Cup in India, that's going to be off its head. We know that. Indian fans and India as a whole, they're going to go into that probably favourites on home soil. So there's going to be a lot of expectation there. The Ashes, the Border Gavaskar Trophy. I think there's another... Oh, wait, is the Under-19 World... No, actually, no. Is that last year or this year? I can't remember. The Under-19 World Cup may be on. So we've got a lot of great cricket coming up. That's what's next for us. The Aussies take a 1-0 lead. You love to see it. Hey, I hope we all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I'll see everyone in the next one.